What is up? After making my first video, I just want to talk a little bit about my background, how I got into real estate, what I did, how I've gotten here, and what I see myself doing in the future. Going way back in time, we're gonna go to my great grandma. She immigrated from Korea to Hawaii when she was a little girl with her family. Her parents, I believe, were Christian missionaries, and she grew up in Hawaii. She worked at the Dole plantation, where the pineapple, canned pineapple, and she went to college and studied English. After that, she was always a savvy businesswoman, and she ended up opening her own toy store. She sold Lionel trains. That was like really popular at the time, back in the 50s or 40s, and it was pretty successful. She had her two kids, brought them to good private schools, and with that extra money, she ended up buying apartment buildings and developing apartment buildings. There is one apartment complex that my father has vivid memories in as a kid, and would stay there. And it was she built. It still exists. They were one bed, one bath units. They were small, like 500 or 600 square feet. I don't remember the address, but I'm gonna put photos here because my dad's gonna remember. And it's still there. Obviously, my family does not own them anymore. So she ended up 1031 exchanging them to some properties outside in California. And with that, my father also owned properties in Long Beach. He owned two commercial properties over there. He still has them, retail and office-ish, mostly retail. And as a kid, I remember going there and seeing him pick up rent, talk to tenants, move storage, showings, paperwork, lawyers. And I didn't really understand what was going on at the time. I was just following him. But growing up, I've kind of seen that is definitely a great route that my family has succeeded in multiple times. And it really works. You can make money doing this. And now I'm at a point where I have seen that you can do this. So how did I start? Like I said, I knew about it. I knew it'd be, I'd have to invest in it eventually. And when I was 18, I remember my dad telling me, get your license, get your license, get your license. So I initially got a job in property management. I was working in and out in the Chase Bank when I was 18. And then I got my job in property management right when I turned 19. I was working there for 3-4 months. And then I was managing 195 or 94 units in Austin, Texas, mostly of rent by the room houses or condos that were basically apartment buildings. Very slumlordy. Like I don't even know how people would choose to move into these tiny rooms for $500 a month. But it was just a lot of volume I had to deal with. The entire 9 yards there. I would set up showings. I would go to showings at one point. I was also a personal assistant, so I also would set up emails. I would respond to all the emails. I'd respond to Facebook. I'd set up ads. I would sign leases, read leases, QuickBooks, money, be on top of the P&L, do the accounting. So I was doing everything, and I was 19. And I remember I found this guy because I was on Craigslist. I was looking every single day for some sort of, apprentice or assistant job. I've always heard people say to find a mentor, and I won't say he was the best. He was very unethical and shady, so to speak. He would build 10 rooms in a house with 2 bathrooms and then rent each room out. So there's essentially no living or dining area. But I did learn a lot about real estate through him just because of the hours I was putting in. I was making $16 an hour, and with that, in my free time, then I was also studying for my license. I got my license around 3 to 4 months in, and then I quit my job with him because he was just giving me too many hours, and I was working at school. So from that, I worked. I was thinking about being a conventional agent, but I just did not have enough free time in school. So because I was doing 6-7 classes a semester, so I became an associate agent for Redfin. It's you're basically an agent, but you're not doing any of the paperwork. You're just doing boots in the ground stuff. So I knew how to do everything from the other jobs. So it was pretty easy, and they paid pretty good. It was like $40 to $60 per event, So event would be a showing, an appraiser would be like $100, and inspection would be like $100, and dropping off papers would be like 30. So I remember I'd make like $800 to $1,000 a week from like 15 hours of work. So it was pretty gnarly. I was making great money doing that, and they wouldn't really give you more than 20 hours of work a week. That was in Austin. I don't know about other markets. This is also during the COVID boom, 2020, 2021, I was doing this. From then on, I just became obsessed. Getting my license was one of the biggest catalysts. I was balling compared to my friends, and I was saving so much money. Obviously, I never did the traditional agent route, getting cold leads and cold calling and getting leads. So I don't know what to say about that, but it propelled my income. I don't think I would have made more money doing anything else. Um, so that's that. From then I just became obsessed, right? I was watching Meet Kevin. That's back when he was doing nothing but real estate. He's an awesome, awesome, smart guy. Look at his old stuff. I think he might have deleted some of it, but he has some gold mine gems in there about building equity, um, finding good deals, wedge deals as he calls it. Graham Stephan was also pretty good. He's pretty conservative, but he's also a good watch. Those are the two main ones that I was looking at all the time. I was reading as much as I could. I would read, books on multifamily millions by Dave Lindell. Highly recommend. Um, it's not rocket science, guys. It's really not that difficult. So I saved enough money, and I had the goal of buying a house since I basically got my license. So when I turned 20, well, a few days before I graduated out of college when I was 21, I just turned 22 a few weeks ago. I figured out how to get a loan despite not having 2 years of major tax returns with a lender, and I bought this home here. And my life's only gotten better since I bought this house, and I want to do more. Um, but that's how I kind of got into it. Now I work in a commercial real estate brokerage. I initially was an accountant because I studied accounting. I got promoted really quickly to an analyst. And my job is really cool. I'm doing all sorts of interesting stuff, and I really enjoy it. It's not for everybody. I'm in Excel all day, and I just like the grind, and I'm gonna keep going. So you guys will see what happens. I'm heavy in real estate. This is my passion. This is my life right now. So yeah, that's how I got here. That's how I'm at right now. It only took me 3.5 years to get from zero to here. And really, if you just focus on something, you can do something amazing. And all my friends ask me for advice. I'm the first in contact for any of my friends that are looking to buy houses at this point. I am the real estate guy to my family. That perception really of other people having to you really gives you insight, and you are the expert now. So people will look at you differently too when you have your license. I remember old people be like, "Oh, you're a young whippersnapper right there." So just get it, guys. Just keep going at it, no matter what it is. If you're into real estate, get your license. It doesn't kill you. It doesn't hurt to just pass and then just not use it. You'll know more than most people about real estate at that point. So yeah, once again, that was everything. Thanks so much for watching. I'm gonna keep posting these. I don't know how often or what's gonna be the deal. I'll just post whenever I can think of anything that I think is interesting. And yeah, just hope to see you in the next one. Have a wonderful day.